Welcome back and happy 2021. So last year at the beginning of the year, I did a video very much like this one telling you how much I made on YouTube. And that's what we are going to talk about when we come back. 2020 was a pretty bizarre year. A lot of strange stuff happened. A lot of us have seen our lives change in ways we wouldn't have chosen. So now that we are looking at 2021, I thought I would give you the breakdown of how much I made last year on YouTube and through my Etsy shop. Now, as you know, my videos have ads in them, and this is how YouTubers make most of their revenue. Now, you can do a lot of things to earn revenue on YouTube. Ads are probably the easiest, but you can sell merchandise. You can do all kinds of things. In my case, because much of my video work shows you about the things that I'm buying and reselling, that reselling is another income stream. So I'm going to talk about both of those on this video. And I'm hoping this video is going to be short because it's New Year's Day, it's a holiday. I'm sure you all have things you would really like to be doing today rather than watching this. So I'm going to make every effort not to gobble up too much of your time. Okay, I am currently putting out 6 videos a week. 4 of them are about reselling, and 2 of them are special interest videos. One is Wordy Wednesday, we discuss linguistics, and the other is book club. These are much smaller videos, and they are mostly designed as outreach for our viewers who are alone, isolated, unable to see family and friends, and would like a little bit of normal, including some of the things they've had to give up, like book club, like the shared experience of reading a book and chatting about it. So this year, there was a period when we were all on lockdown, when I guess for about 2.5 months, I was putting out approximately 7 videos a week, a video every day, because when we were in lockdown, many of us had virtually no social contact with the outside world. And I thought that it was important to maintain our connections and keep our YouTube community active and available every day, because people were scared and lonely and confused. And I know I was confused. I wasn't really clear about what was going on. None of us knew how long it was going to last. So that whole prelude goes into how much I made on YouTube. So my total for 2020 from YouTube ads was $300.73. So giving you the exact figure, approximately $1,000 a month. Now, if you take a look at that, I know, boy, that sounds good, $1,000 a month, but keep in mind, this represents 6 videos a week, and at approximately 25 videos a month, it's actually a little more than that, it's about $40 a video. So, not sounding quite so elegant anymore. It's like, no, nobody is retiring to Rio de Janeiro on this. But do keep in mind that that is not the goal of this channel. So the money comes from ads, and YouTube places the ads on the videos. Now, what I do when I post a video is, and I would say about 95% of the time, once the video is uploaded and processed, I go into that video and place the ads myself. So why do I do this? Because if I let YouTube do it, they will put as many as 11 or 12 ads in a 30-minute video. It'll literally be an ad every 2.5 minutes. And I have actually watched some YouTube videos where I have just ticked off the number of ads, and it really is an ad every 2.5 minutes. Personally, I find that excessive. So my goal is to keep the ads down to 3 or 4 through the course of a video, depending on how long the video is. And as you know, sometimes my videos can be a little excessively long, but my sort of mental template is somewhere between 6 and 8 minutes between the videos. So roughly 7 minutes. If it's a half-an-hour video, that will be 3 ad breaks in the video, a break every 7 minutes. So that alone tells you that, yes, the ad revenue could be much higher if I let YouTube decide on this. Now, every once in a while, I do leave it to YouTube to do this, to do the ads. Usually that happens when a video has taken a long time to process, or something's gone wrong and I've had to upload it a couple of times, and by the time it's finally finished processing, I've gone to bed. So I am not awake, to be able to go in, look at that video, and deal with the ads. So that's why I say it's about 95% of the time I retain control of the ads, but there's about 5% when I'm in bed. YouTube is making these decisions for me. But there is another income stream, and that is the sales from my Etsy shop, because the items that I purchase, and I film those purchases, show you what it is I've gotten, what I've paid for it, and so on. They go into my Etsy shop. So we have to take a look at this too. And 2020, the total amount of YouTube, my apologies, Etsy sales, this is the gross, was $9,714. Again, this could be much larger than it is. If I went over to eBay, for example, and threw items up for auction, a lot of the prices would go higher. And I try to keep my prices low because I really want people to be able to get these things. I don't want people to say, oh, I love that, but my goodness, it's just so gosh darn expensive. So let's talk about that for a minute, because that's gross sales. So when I look at what I actually made, I would say that approximately half that amount would be profit. Now, half that amount is $4,857. So let me explain how I came up with that. First of all, about 90% of what I sell on Etsy is sold with free shipping. Now, free shipping doesn't really exist. Somebody has to pay for the shipping. In this case, I'm paying for the shipping, which means the shipping is rolled into the price of the item. So when I take a look at these numbers, I have to deduct the amount of money that I've paid for the item to begin with, and I have to deduct shipping on about 90% of them and fees. So as a ballpark figure, I'm simply saying approximately 50% of the gross amount of sales is tied up either in my initial investment in the items or shipping, which would include the boxes, the packing materials, etc., and the fees. Because I've been selling online for a long time, I'm pretty comfortable with that ratio. So, let's see. The total, if I take the amount that I got from the YouTube ads and that $4,800, which I'm considering profit on the Etsy sales, the total I made from both YouTube and Etsy last year was $17,157. Now, when I say that's what I get, it's not what I get. And I will do another video about where that money goes. But personally, I do not touch a penny of that. That goes directly into the schoolhouse. In fact, the money goes into the schoolhouse's account. My 1852 one-room schoolhouse has its own corporate identity and its own bank accounts. And so the ad revenue goes straight into one of the bank accounts, the Etsy money, which, by the way, is all of the Etsy sales. I don't separate it. So that would be that $9,714 all goes into the schoolhouse's accounts. And all of that money goes directly to the rehabbing and reclamation of the schoolhouse. As most of you know, I'm sure, last year, 2019, a 40-foot oak tree fell on my schoolhouse. Eek. So at this point, all that's doing is paying for contractors to put the roof back up. But as I say, I'll do a separate video and give you a total picture of what's going on. But I do need to say that because $17,000, that's actually pretty gosh darn good money. Really, it is. It's not, fly off to Rio money, but it's nothing to sneeze at. And I'm thinking to myself, gee, if that oak tree hadn't fallen on my schoolhouse, boy, I'd be sitting pretty right now. But it happened. It has to be dealt with. It's a beautiful old building, and I'm not going to let it sit out there with no roof. So that is the total. Now, in terms of what that means for you as viewers, as subscribers, I want to be completely transparent about this so that you understand exactly what's in it for me when I make these videos. What happens when you watch the videos? You watch the videos, you watch the ads, the money goes directly into the schoolhouse fund. So hopefully you can feel good about that, because there are, in my county, I believe 8 one-room schoolhouses left. And if you watch an ad, you are, in your own way, and it's not a small way either, helping to preserve a one-room schoolhouse, because, as I said, that's where all the money goes. But it does not go toward feeding my cat. So I have to make that very, very clear. I take care of Audie and his enormous needs, not for food. It's mostly affection that he is driven to solicit. But that's what goes on. Can you do this? Because I'm sure a lot of you are watching this saying, I would like to know how to do this. The quick and easy answer is yes. And keep in mind, the amount of revenue from my Etsy sales is about 3/4 of the amount that I am getting from the YouTube ads. And if I actually went over to eBay and put things up for auction, I dare say it would be greater than the amount of money I'm getting from the YouTube ads. Because again, this is all a teaching tool. My goal is to show you how to do this. Is this a viable income stream? Goodness, yes. So if this is something you are thinking about doing, I wholeheartedly recommend it. But I have to throw out this caveat. As I said before, the ad revenues work out to about $40 per video. And if I took the amount of time it takes to research a video, to go out, do the shopping, the filming, to create the video, to do the editing, the processing, the uploading, it's probably not even minimum wage. But having said that, I'm going to say something awful. This is what my brother said to me years ago. I nearly strangled him for it. He looked at me and said, well, what do you care? A housewife's time is cheap. Yeah, nice guy, huh? To be fair to my brother, it was back in the 1960s when he said that, when, frankly, that was the general consensus. I am retired. So, in fact, my time is cheap. If I weren't doing this, I would be doing something else, with my time, probably not making any money at all. So, again, if you're thinking about starting a resale business, if you are thinking about going on YouTube, sharing what you know, doing some outreach, yes, you could, in fact, support yourself doing this. If I didn't have a schoolhouse to support, I could definitely feed my cat on this money. So give it some thought. Give it some consideration. Remember, the startup costs are cheap. People are doing this on their cell phones. So that is part one. This video is just going through what I made. Next part of this video is going to be where it's gone. And that is one that I hope you will take a look at, because remember, you watch my videos, you watch the ads, you are supporting the schoolhouse restoration. And I would like you to see how that's coming out. All right. Meantime, I said I was going to try to keep this reasonably short because it's a holiday. I want you all to be able to get back to your lives. I know that this is probably not much of a holiday compared to your New Year's in the past, but I hope you've had a chance to make the best of it. And let's all just hope 2021 is an improvement. All right. I will see you all tomorrow. Let's take a look at JLS's beautiful horizon pictures and get our little moment of serenity. And I'll see you next time.